This is a celebration after all.
Cheers, my love.
Cheers.
Challenge done.
31 days.
31 days.
Thank you.
Oh God, that's good.
Nothing like a little sparkly sugar in the morning, huh?
Yeah. I might just want to down this.
Welcome to Universe Tinkering. I'm John.
I'm Jennifer.
And this is the 31-day Change Your Energy, Change Your Life challenge. And what we're doing is we're waking up a little early for 31 days and we're doing a fun activity that will change the energy for the day.
We sure are. And first off, before we go into what the challenge is a little bit more in detail and how we became inspired to do it, this is our brand new channel, Universe Tinkering. We started this channel in November of 2020. We're now in December of 2020, almost ending our year in the next couple of days. And so we're really excited. We essentially started this channel during a time of awakening and awareness to our own consciousness, and we decided to take it the next step further and be a little crazy and film ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's Universe Tinkering. We love to play and tinker with all things and topics of law of attraction. When it comes to how did we come up with this idea to basically do some fun activity in the morning, it stems from the teachings of a Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza has a lot of great content, and he approaches law of attraction from a very scientific point of view. Really getting to know how your body works and how it influences our brain and how our brain works. And of course, our brain is that's the key to a lot of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Your thoughts become things, and that's what really kind of got us excited about this journey. We basically get up early, we give ourselves some time. We wouldn't have considered ourselves morning people before this, and most often than not we're spending the whole day in our pajamas. And so we decided we were feeling pretty great after doing meditations with a Dr. Joe Dispenza, which we have linked one of his meditations so you can start to play and explore on your own in the description box below. And because we were getting such great mental results from doing the meditation, we decided to change our energy by doing a different activity. Dr. Joe often talks about how we are stuck in routines and how our bodies want to kind of do the predictable for us, and how the morning time is a very sensitive time for us because our subconscious loves to kind of dump all of our worries, anxieties, and stress on us right there in the morning, and then kind of ride that wave in the morning instead of riding the wave we want to, which is more of a limitless, powerful, positive, forward-thinking day. Mm-hmm. And so once we kind of got our thoughts at least a little bit under control in the morning, and at the very least became more aware of what we were thinking about in the morning, then that's when we decided to take it next step further with this 31-day Change Your Energy, Change Your Life challenge, and do just a fun, simple activity. These are activities that require little to no money, is stuff that we had around the house anyways. And then the most important thing, they're activities that we felt brought the right vibration and the right energy, really raised it for us, meaning fun, lighthearted, childlike perspective. The world is kind of big and full of beautiful things, and that's really the energy we were going for, and that's why our activities kind of reflect that. Obviously today is day 31, it's the last day for us, so we have a lot more previous days for you to check out all of our activities, for you to get some fun ideas. But of course, the activity that works best for you is what really calls to you, what gets your brain tingling, what gets your heart open, and those are the activities that you want to do before your day gets started. So with that, in these videos, we also found it to be very important that we kind of share out and for us kind of track our progress, what we're learning, what we're observing, thoughts that are coming to us, ideas, how our bodies are feeling, and how our brains are thinking. Not only does this help us have to kind of think through all these things. It helps us learn quicker, it helps us learn better, helps us keep track of all of it, so then we can kind of articulate it back to you. So it helps us tremendously. But the biggest thing is that we do intend, by recording ourselves, being your guinea pigs, tracking this and our progress, we do help that it helps you on your journey. And so that's where we're at. So it's the last day, and we're just going to kind of give a recap of some really big overarching themes as far as how our lives have changed within the last 31 days of doing this challenge. And so a lot of our bigger themes and topics are very similar. You know, we obviously are doing this together. This is a partnership, exploring together, so that it makes sense that our themes overlap a bit. We've come to our own kind of awareness of where our work lies, and so there's differences there, but we have similar themes. So shall we jump into our themes?
Yeah, and just to kind of start it off, I just wanted to say that we're talking about change and awakening, but a lot of these things are things that probably we only notice. Yes, when we're around family and friends and other people, they're probably going to notice maybe that we're a little bit more calm and centered, but it's not like our personalities are changing, or we're becoming different people in terms of like who we are at our core. We're actually changing closer to who we really are in our core. We're getting back to that.
I would say my personality is changing.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's changing, though, that you said back to the core of who I am. So my personality has changed. I've been more aware of how I want to change it, and I think that changing my personality has been one of the biggest things to help me overcome some of my biggest challenges. So I see what you're saying. We're still us. If you knew us your whole life, we wouldn't come off any differently.
Yes.
We don't feel like we're aliens in a new body. We're still at the core John and Jennifer, but we're basically like shiny new versions.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. We're souped up, upgraded, happier versions who are going to manifest like crazy.
That's right, we are already manifesting like crazy. Well, go ahead and kick us off.
So the first thing I want to know is that my overall feeling, I think there's been as I'm looking at my notes, a big theme of confidence. And so the first kind of note, not to glom it all together, is about kind of clothes and appearances. And so obviously this is the first time that I've been on camera my whole life. I have zero camera experience. I didn't come from any sort of background that has any of that in my life. And so I think it was kind of natural to then first think I was going to be a little subconscious. My subconscious was going to be a little conscious of what I was wearing, what I was, how my makeup looked, how my hair looked. It was in the morning time, so like I said in a previous video, I wasn't a big makeup person. I'm not a big get my hair all fancy. My style is more casual. But I think at the end of this, so day 31, I feel really good about just being myself, wearing what I want to wear, and loving it too. So just having that confidence to be myself, let my inner self come through my clothes and come through the accessories that I'm wearing, and have a little bit more freedom feeling with it. And so that's one big piece for me that I've really seen a big difference of, just having fun and feeling playful with my outward appearance and having it match sort of my inward.
That feels great.
It does. Any notes on that?
No.
Okay. So the next thing is, the biggest thing is I'm a little bit more focused on my own personal enjoyment of things, especially in like social situations.
Yeah.
Less worried about what other people are thinking. Are other people enjoying themselves? What do they want to do? Really more focused on making assumptions about what other people are thinking or feeling instead of not focusing on what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. Because at the end of the day, you're living your life, and even if you have loved ones, if you're around other people, yes, you want them to be happy and feel comfortable, and of course you want lovely things for them, but first and foremost, you need to come first. And so you can't control if you have someone that's in a grumpy mood, or control if maybe something happened that wasn't exactly perfect in the event of the day. Like, you can't control any of that, but you can control what you focus on. And I've been focusing a lot more on just me enjoying myself first. And I think by me focusing on me enjoying myself, I'm radiating a little bit more happiness. And I've gotten this sense that it is sort of like rubbing off on then the people around me. And so previously I was more worried about them having fun and enjoying themselves, but now, like, by me just relaxing and prioritizing myself, I actually like am making the environment and the vibration of the group higher. So it feels really good to just sort of focus on me.
Yeah, that's a big part for me too, is that focusing on myself when I'm in a social situation, maybe no longer trying to tell a story that I think somebody else is going to enjoy, but tell a story that I know that I'm going to enjoy. And that is much easier. It's much more freeing to just be like, hey, this is a story that I find enjoyable. I'm going to go ahead and tell it.
And it comes off more genuine.
Yeah.
Because you're into it and enjoying it, and then other people enjoy it more too.
Yeah.
So.
And therefore, because I'm relaxed and radiating that relaxed, fun energy, it's, radiating off those folks around me as well.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the next thing, try not to make this video like a 2-hour long video. The next thing is my health. And so my health has been a really big topic. And what I mean by health is I previously to now was having very regular ongoing pain. And that includes headache, stomach pain, and back pain. And it's been going on for about 2 years now. I won't go into major detail. Maybe in a different video, I can really discuss kind of my journey when it comes to moving past pain. But I can tell you that I can't remember the last time I had my stomach pain. I can't remember the last time I had a headache. And usually it takes about a week to a week and a half to where I could say I can't remember the last time. So it's been about a week to a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, since I've had the memory of my stomach pain, the memory of a headache. I am still getting a little bit of back pain here and there, but our 2-year-old is medically the size of a 4-year-old. So I think that one makes a little bit more sense. So I'm still working on that one. But through the course of this, just raising my vibration and just moving my focus in a different way. And I think the biggest key to moving past the pain is becoming friends with the pain. And again, I would love to go through how I became friends with my pain, how I gave my pain attention, how I gave my pain time, how I gave my pain love, and now how my pain is gone. And so I think there's something to it. Prior to this challenge, I never had that thought to make friends with my pain and to thank it. And so I think this challenge was really a piece to help me come to that conclusion and come to that learning and play with it. And so I fully believe I have the power to heal myself to perfect health, and I fully believe everyone on this planet has that same power too. As long as you decide that you do have that power, I think you can. So it's life-changing. It's life-changing. I feel stronger. I have a better posture naturally. I have more energy. I'm jumping around with the baby more, running around with the baby more. Just a more lighthearted frolickingness about myself because the pain is not there. So huge, and so grateful and thankful that I am moving away from pain and into more health, overall health. So it feels really good.
That's awesome. Yeah, for me, I've definitely felt, an increase in health. The other thing is, around the middle of this challenge, I went and had gum surgery, and it was, something that previously I probably would have been really nervous, but in the time leading up to it, I spent a lot of time preparing for that and feeling that it was a good choice, it was a good decision, it was going to have a great outcome, I was going to heal afterwards. I made all those choices before I went into the surgery. And after the surgery, I had minimal swelling. I had, everything went just, perfectly. And it's felt really great. And I attribute some of that to the fact that, during this whole process, I was just confident in the healing process and my body's ability to bounce back and take care of it. So
yeah,
really
you sure
cool.
did. Yeah, you healed super, super quick and very well. So, and plus you knew you were gonna go to the right doctor too.
Yeah.
And there was an element of trust there, and that feels so much better walking into that
Yeah, it was
room.
a new, doctor for me. So, feeling out that, he was, the right one
Yeah.
for the surgery was really, really good.
Yeah, yay. So healthier by far than when we started this 31 days ago. So, gosh, wonderful.
Yeah.
The next piece I have is doing something I thought I could never do. I think, when people get into the law of attraction, you're like, ooh, I'm going to manifest vacation and clothes and jewelry.
A new car.
And don't get me wrong, those wants have not gone away for those fun things. They're just not antsy. They're not needy. They're not, reliant upon our happiness and satisfaction. And I think that's a huge thing. But when we first decided that this was a thing, I decided that this was something I can do. It was about 2016 that it was an anniversary of ours. 2016, 2017, I can't really remember. Anyways, we went to San Diego to celebrate an anniversary. It was around the Halloween time. It became a tradition of ours to go to San Diego around that time. Love it. And you got out your phone and we just did some selfie videoing, cheersing, kind of like how we did now, just with champagne, cheersing to ourselves and to our anniversary. And I just got so locked up and so inward and nervous of just being on video that I didn't know my name. I said the year wrong. I was like, yay, anniversary 20, I think I said the next year or the year before, I can't remember. But the matter of the fact is, I got so nervous. I said the wrong year, and then I was just so insecure about how stupid I felt that I said the wrong year on video, on a special moment. So, and here I am now, opening up my heart, opening up my soul, being vulnerable, and being able to look into this lens and talk to you confidently. And not only that, I'm actually enjoying it. I actually like it. So yes, there's money, which is just a resource. There's jewelry, there's clothes, there's vacations. That's all in good. But isn't the treasure me feeling proud about myself? Me feeling like I did something I never thought I could do? That power and that feeling is way more grand than any piece of jewelry in the whole entire world. You could put the crown jewels on top of my head and wrap them up in a bow and say, hey, they're yours, and it probably still wouldn't feel as good. The feeling is kind of like having the crown jewels in your body. Your body is the crown jewel. And so if we were all chasing after those feelings and chasing after those treasure, that's when the real treasure will actually show up at your door. That's when you're going to be able to manifest like crazy. That's the moment that your dreams come true. It's the moment you start believing your dreams can come true. So there's been a lot of goodies and treasures that we've been given and becoming more aware of as we've gone through this. So doing something that I never thought I could do that was in my wheelhouse is huge.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I can do anything, right? And then you're like, what else can I do that I didn't think I could ever do? Now it's open.
Now you know that anything you see anyone else do,
I can do
it too.
And now there's stuff I know that I want now, that I knew I always wanted, that I never allowed myself to admit that I wanted.
Ooh.
And so that's where the fun starts to come in.
I'm gonna say something on that too.
Please.
For me, it's being excited about challenges now. And previously I'd heard, life is a challenge, and I was like, that's not fair. Like, why does life have to be so challenging? Because I had attached a sense of lack, a sense of limitation when I heard the word challenge. A challenge was something
to suffer through,
and to, it was something that got in the way of the thing that you wanted, right? And I completely see challenges differently now. I embrace challenge, and I'm excited about challenge because I've realized that that's the stuff that we get to do, and we get to choose our challenges, and we get to feel that satisfaction when we've completed those challenges, and we get that sense of fulfillment from it. And that is great, because now I'm approaching things so much different when we have a few things to do in the day, rather than feeling like overwhelmed, like, oh, can I even keep the list in my head? It's like, we've got all these tools, let's write it down, let's knock them out, let's be thinking about some fun things while we're doing it, and think of the things that it's going to allow us to do when we complete these challenges. And so we're doing more reading, we're doing more research and learning into things that we're interested in, and maybe even reading things that we've had for a long time but never
really
opened, right?
Yeah.
Instead of having a book for the bookshelf, actually a book to have in your hand and to have by your side. So some big changes around challenges for me.
Yeah, it's challenges just feel like more part of the fun of life a little bit. Like, if you think of life without any challenges, or think of life that's perfect without anything that you dislike or any contrast, just like a utopia, it's instantly boring. Like, think about what you do for 3 whole days, and then you'd be like, wow, I think I'd just get bored, and if you could get anything that you wanted in an instant, then it would start to mean nothing. So then life would be meaningless. So life is about the challenges, but you can have fun with them. And if, instead of thinking about them as like maybe a mistake or a challenge, just think of it as learning. Mm-hmm. And that's what we want to do here. We always want to level up. We always want to keep moving forward, and we're always learning. And I think that's what we've come into the knowing of, is you can have fun during this process of learning and growing and contrast, opposed to just being like terrified of it, bringing it you down, causing you stress, anxiety, all that. It's just life, and you can have fun while you're doing life. So things have been a lot more fun. And
whether or not in the short term, something is seen as a success or a failure, in the long term, both of them give you wisdom. And so
it's all success, yeah.
It all turns into something positive.
For sure. Okay, cool. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. So enjoying the moment has become a lot more in depth this last 31 days. Not only because we have the ability to kind of be aware of our thoughts and go, whoa, I don't want to go there. Thank you, no thank you. And that allows you to stay more in the moment. Mm-hmm. But there is this ability, and by in the moment, I mean you can, you find things more funny. You become more curious. You look at more details, more beauty.
You can genuinely react to something. You have more genuine reaction,
so you feel more of like your genuine self is with you during the moment that you're living. You kind of feel like, let's hard to describe, but I think in the moment for me, it really goes back to always like feeling like a kid again. Like, because when you're a kid, you know, you're just having fun. You just want to play. You're not thinking about making dinner, or cleaning, or, you know, the bigger picture stuff. You're just more in the small picture stuff right now. If you want something, you want it. You're like, I want an ice cream cone, you know. So it's a little bit more of like initial desires in the moment, and then plus there's this lightheartedness about you where, since your thoughts are free, you can just sort of jump around, listen to music a little bit better, listen to the words, and for us, you know, look at the details of trees and nature just a little bit more, listen for birds just a little bit more. I think that all comes into play. So when I talk about like enjoying the moment, for me personally, it really goes back to living life through the eyes of like my 6-year-old self. If you can see, I guess I'm really embodying that, right? I'm really bringing out my 6-year-old self, and I think that's where I want to be. You know, the more I can connect with my 5-6-year-old young self, I think the happier myself right now is, because it's kind of connecting to a deeper source.
Yay.
An original source. So yeah, enjoying the moment. And I think that's the last kind of big pieces for me. And then you had a couple other things too, love.
Yeah, so mine was just about clarity. You know, coming into this, I thought I had a fairly good grasp of the world, and I did. But that, you know, I want to put it in frame of like a metaphor. When TV first came out, you know, black and white TV, people were just super amazed and impressed by the fact that you could see a moving picture in your home, right? You had this black and white TV. And when we look at black and white TVs now, we think, gosh, that image is so scratchy. It's so, you know, so noisy. How are people watching that? How are they even like deciphering images and doing that? And then color TV came along. We had, you know, regular color TVs for a long time, and then recently we've had this, you know, HD and 4K, and I just feel like this is kind of where we are when we look at the world now. Everything is so more vibrant. You know, talking about raising your vibration, the vibrancy of everything around us. I feel like colors are more, you know, they pop out more. I notice them more. Things seem sharper. I'm more impressed at the details and things when I'm looking at them. And so it really does feel like I'm looking at the world through, you know, a much higher resolution camera, if you will, rather than, you know, what I was used to. And I can only see it getting more and more clear, and you know, just looking forward to how much
to 12K.
Yeah, get that 12K.
Yeah,
24K.
24K. We're on our way.
Yeah. So that was my final observation.
Yeah, life is just becoming more crisp and beautiful, and with more vibrant colors and bigger tastes and smells, and now, because we're in the moment, we can actually enjoy all that a lot more. So again, I just like to reiterate, you know, when it comes to our channel and talking about the law of attraction, we are definitely in this practice and in this learning, and we're doing it all to really just enjoy life more. And it really doesn't mean that we're not going after the big fish that a lot of other people are, the big stuff, you know, the big job with the big salary, with the Tesla. We'd love a Tesla, you know, or a brand new house, or vacations to Rome, or like whatever those things are in your head that you really would love. But trust me and trust us, those things are great, and you're gonna get them if you decide you want them. But first, there's some work to do. So the work is really the inside, and once you start to realize that the work is actually on the inside, and that the real, like I keep using the word treasures, but it just makes sense to me, the real treasures come from within. And once you get that, then you kind of release that weird grasp that you're just grasping at straws for these new cars, these new houses, you know, the new job, the thing that makes you sound fancier, the thing that makes you sound cool to other people, or whatever you're going after. You have clarity about what you really want. but you also have less of a knee-jerk, I need feeling for all this stuff. But it doesn't remove it. And so what we're coming to understand is that the internal work that you're doing, the healing, the releasing of fear and guilt and worry, that's what it's all about. And that's where like the real stuff really happens. And then you've got manifestations. I can't tell you how many signs from the universe, synchronicities, little things to bigger things that have happened. We had $1,000 show up in our bank account just from logistics of someone kind of messing something up that I won't get too much into, but we've had $1,000 pop into our lap. Crazy little things that we've wanted in our heads just pop up out of nowhere. So there are manifestations, and we get excited about them, and it's fun, but it's not reliant upon, we don't need them to feel the happiness, and we don't need those things to happen to feel rich. And I think that's the biggest learn and the biggest key, is that if we were to just go about our lives and nothing big or grand would happen, we'd be very happy and we'd be super excited. But the big difference is that we now have enough power and knowledge behind us to know that we can create whatever we want to. And so I think that's really the impactful thing on day 31, is that we're aware of ourselves, we're aware of how we're growing and how we want to grow. We understand the biggest treasures in life are not cars and money, but we sure as heck know how to get those things quicker. And so that's really what we're going to focus on when it comes to more videos on this channel, is not only when it comes to manifestations of those types of things, but manifestations of confidence, manifestations of enjoying your moment. You know, those are manifestations too. And so they're the best kind. They're the best kind.
Yeah, it's a sense of moving out of survival and really moving into that sense of being a creator.
A creator, yeah.
Right? You're no longer doing things to survive. You know that you're going to survive. You know that you're going to thrive. And you can spend that time and that energy on, you know, having those beautiful things in your life.
Yeah. And the best part about it is that you know and you have faith and that you believe it too, from the deepest part of you. So I enjoyed our 31-day Change Your Energy, Change Your Life challenge. This is the end of it. We have a couple ideas that we're playing with of where we go from here. You'll just have to find out. So please hit that subscribe button to stick with us, to see what other fun, silly things. And again, that's our vibration here. We want to create a new feeling of the world being all yours, a new feeling of you can do anything, and a new understanding of power and limitlessness through the laws of attraction. And so we're here to be your guinea pigs, and we're here to show you our journey. So please join us. When it comes to the last activity of our challenge, it was actually your idea, and why don't you tell everybody what we're gonna do?
Okay. Well, we're gonna, being it's our last day, we decided that because we filmed this, we're going to watch day one. And we were sitting over there on the floor. You know, those first few days, we were just kind of struggling a little bit to get out of bed.
We're half awake.
I think we maybe set up one of our lights. We might not even have. I'll be curious to see.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we'll just see what we did that first day.
Definitely, it's gonna be a moment for us of just being proud because we have accomplished something. Obviously, we've had a lot of learns and a lot of lessons, and it's great, but it's still just really cool to set out to do something, and we did it. So we have that feeling of accomplishment and a feeling of pride that we did it. You know, we did something really out of our box. We woke up and did weird things that like normal adults would just never think of doing before their day started. And we just did it for 31 days just to do it.
4.5 weeks.
4.5 weeks. And here we are. So it's about to be the new year. It's about to be year 2021. And all I know is that we didn't wait for 2021 to start creating new energy.
We are ready.
We've got a big ball of it that we're just going to lop into the new year with us. So thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. It's been super special to us, and We'd really love to get to know you. Please leave a comment. We are intending to make new friends, and so we'd really love to hear from you. Subscribing would be a great way to continue to stay connected to us and the content that we're making. And of course, a big thumbs up will actually help our channel grow. So thank you so much from not the bottom of our hearts, from our full big hearts that we've got,
from the fullness of our hearts.
Thank you, and happy tinkering.
Bye.